briefly, let's have an introduction of our wonderful guest. The first one is Diana. So she's an assistant professor in early childhood education at the University of Brunei Darussalam. So her research focuses on bridging the policies and practices, and she's particularly interested in effective classroom implementations and integrations of technologies. And Diana is very passionate about teacher education, curriculum development, digital storytelling, and also exploring how these elements can help foster creativity and computational thinking.
Hi, everyone. It's good to meet all of you today for this lecture. And I would like to engage with you further in the next few sessions.
Thank you so much. And then next one, we have Sue. So I'll again do just a really quick intro about Sue. She's a teacher staff in University of Brunei since 2008. She earned her bachelor in primary education and then also her master's specializing in early childhood education in Monash University in Melbourne. She co-teaches modules in early childhood education and care program, and her interest is mainly on early childhood as well as early literacy and numeracy, so very relevant to our topic today, digital innovation pedagogies, and then parental involvement. So I think you all will also be interested in hearing from her. So I don't know if Zuru would like to just say hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting us, me and Dr. Diana, for this lecture. And like Dr. Diana said, hoping to have an engagement for our session today with all of you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sue.
I'm here to talk about early childhood language education in Brunei Darussalam. And I hope all of you know where Brunei Darussalam is. It's one of the Southeast Asia countries. Yeah. It's situated in the Borneo Island, somewhere near Sabah and Sarawak and Kalimantan. All right, now, before I start with my presentation about early childhood language education in Brunei, let me briefly talk about our country's education system, okay? And also the country's early childhood education structure, yeah? The education structure for early childhood in Brunei covers the foundation level of education development needs of children of age 0 till 8 years old. Yeah. So there are a few, what are the roles of the government? There are a few ministries that are involved in the structure, such as the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, which manages private providers that provide child care to children aged up to 3 years old, while the Ministry of Education oversees private providers that delivers early childhood education through preschool from children aged 3 and 4 years old. In addition to this is the Ministry of Health that provides healthcare services for children and works together with both ministries. Yeah. Now, when the children reach the age of 5 years old, they must attend preschool, whether a public or a private preschool, to finish 1 year of preschool program that is developed by the Ministry of Education. This is also in line with the Children's Education Act, which is initially starts in 2011, introduced in 2011, and now it's been revised to 2023, where it is a must for all children who has reached age 5 years old to join in a formal preschool. Yeah. Now, all government or private schools, when I say public schools, it's the government schools, yeah, here in Brunei, or private schools, curriculum aligns with the Brunei 21st Century National Education System, which is SPN 21 curriculum. That represents the values that support Brunei Vision 2035. Basically, if you can see in this figure, it's the stages of schooling and development of the learner in Brunei. and I will only focus on the preschool. Now, the curriculum being introduced in Brunei for preschool was aimed to attain an overall better quality of education, altogether to achieve the Brunei Vision 2035. And if you can see in the figure, preschool learners also referred to the reception foundation stage aim to develop both their numeracy and literacy skills to prepare them for their next stage of schooling, which is when they go to year 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's where they start reading, writing, and arithmetic, mastering their reading, writing, and arithmetic. Okay. So this is therefore emphasized the importance of developing literacy and language skills for young learners, okay, during their preschool. Now, let's look at Brunei bilingual education policy, which we call Dewi Bahasa or bilingual system policy. Yeah. This was established in 1985, which ensures that pupils are proficiency in both Bahasa Melayu, Malay language, and also English language by the time they leave school. Yeah? Following our country's ideology, which is Melayu Islam Raja, MIB, or Malay Islamic Monarch, Malay is the official language and also an important for our national identity and cultural preservation, while English is seen as an important for participation in global affairs, economic development, and higher education. Yeah. There are several significant of language education in Brunei that I found out, which is it's a foundation for future learning, which is during the early years. Language acquisition is crucial for cognitive, social, and emotional development of the child. Hence, early literacy and language skills form the basis for future academic success due to its great impact to a child's ability to learn across all subjects. The second one, why is it so important for early childhood to understand Dewi Bahasa or bilingualism, is the development of communication skills for young children. We understand that early language education can promote communication skills, which is essential for their interpersonal interaction and also literacy development. Yeah. So these skills that they learn can help children express their thoughts, their feelings, their needs, and emotions with others. With that also, it aligns with the Brunei Vision or Brunei Wawasan 2035, which is a national long-term development plan, which aims to transform Brunei into a country recognized for its well-educated citizens, where as part of this vision, includes early language education, is seen as essential in cultivating future leaders and professionals. Okay. Now, in preschool, if we let me share about it, is that standard Malay, okay, is different from what language been taught at home. Yeah. So in preschool, they use standard Malay, which is often used as a medium of instruction, especially in government preschools. Yeah. While English is often used to teach the English language subject. So other subjects, like for example, civics, early numeracy, for aesthetic, creative movement, they are mostly their language teaching medium of instruction is Bahasa Melayu or Malay. However, even though English, like I said, English is often used to teach the English subject only when they're in preschool. However, for Arabic language, there is also being used, but in religious schools. Yeah, religious schools like Ugama schools. Children also being introduced to Mandarin or Arabic in some private schools here in Brunei. Yeah. Now, we understand that preschool children are first introduced to language learning in their mother tongue. This is to establish foundational literacy skills. But foundational literacy skills is, for example, reading, writing, speaking, yeah, and also listening. Gradually, English language is also being introduced in the classroom as the child progresses in school. Hence, there is a huge transition of teaching and learning from preschool to the primary level to the upper level later on. Right? Now, what's going on in the classroom? Language early education practices in Brunei preschools. Yeah. So in preschools in Brunei, the curriculum emphasizes themes that are integrated into different subject areas. Like these teams assist teachers to facilitate their teaching and learning, emphasizing in the use of child-centered approach and learning through play approach. Hence, like for example, when they learn about the team, my school, myself, yeah, these subjects are integrated. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, they also emphasize on learning through play approach. Yeah. So when we say learning through a play approach, it is more to child-centered, where it is more to children doing activities on their own and being facilitated by the teacher itself. Yeah. We also introduce language using phonics and also whole language approach. So if you can see the books below, these are the books that we use. And to bear in mind, Bahasa Melayu phonics or Malay language phonics, are quite different from English phonics. Yeah, where the Malay phonics are much more simpler than the English phonics. Okay, so these are the books that you can find that we use as reference. The teachers use as references, the activity book and also the reading book. And these are when they learn English. So these are the reference book they use. Okay. All right. Now, there are a few. They also integrate local culture using resources that are culturally relevant to Brunei, and sometimes they do code switching or use of blended language by teachers during instruction. So sometimes teachers in the classroom, they use standard Malay. Unfortunately, they sometimes have to use the mother tongue of the child so that the children can understand what's going on in the during the teaching and learning process. All right, now there are a few initiatives that or programs being introduced in Brunei by the Ministry of Education, especially in language education in preschool. One of them is called the School and Family Engagement, which is SAFE. With this program is initiated in 2014, where one program called Bacalah Alaiku, where the young children, where the preschool pupils borrow books from the library and bring it home and read it with their parents. And there is a logbook provided by the school for parents to record their children's reading progress, and later on bring it back to school. The next day. Yeah. And another program is, we call it Program Hari Bersama Guru, Sama Keluarga, a day with my family, a showcase, right? This showcase is a mini showcase where preschool pupils' work are shared with their parents. It's something like a PTM, we call parents-teacher meeting, yeah, So the parents are invited to the school at the every end of the school term, where they come in and they look around the classroom and then observe see what their child has been doing throughout the term. Yeah. All right. Another one is the integration of digital and technology tools. Yeah, adopting blended learning approach in teaching and learning. Another initiative is encouraging family and community engagement in family literacy programs. Okay, which is done in public libraries in Brunei, in every district in Brunei Darussalam. When there are few challenges found in early language education. One of them is balancing bilingual learning, where teachers have a challenge in doing Malay. When they teach subjects in Malay, they tend to change their instruction in English, or when they are teaching in English, they tend to change their language in Malay, because just to help the children understand. Okay, so this code switching, all right, may lead to confusion in understanding language usage, or we call it language interference between the children. All right. There is also lack of teaching resources which support bilingual reading, learning. Yeah. And also the teacher preparedness, okay, where there are limited certified teachers in early childhood education. Yeah. And the last one the last challenge in early language education that I found was that parents' involvement in supporting language learning is by far limited, where parents' attitude towards learning and also language use at home, it's not, it's one of the issues. Yeah. When I say parents' attitude towards learning, is that some parents assume that English by far is more important than learning Malay language, or language at home. They are more they use more Malay language rather than English. All right, I've done this. So in conclusion, all right, as we look further of early language education, especially in Brunei Darussalam, it is clear that we stand at a pivotal moment where committing in bilingualism in both Malay and English is not just about language acquisition, but it's also about enriching the young children with their cultural identity and equipping them for a global world. Hence, I think the need for ongoing professional development for teachers to equip them with the skills to navigate the complexity of language learning effectively. I think that's it. I'm really sorry that I used up like more than 15 minutes for my presentation. So let me stop sharing and give back to Jenny for the class.
Thank you, Sue. That was wonderful. It gave us some insight on the Brunei early language education. Thank you so much.